What's up, creatives, and welcome to another Romeo show. Today we have got part 3 of our how to draw an eye and eyebrows video. Hopefully this is going to be the last video of this series, and then next week we shall be doing some more art sketches. So what were you waiting for, folks? Let's roll the intro. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Hope you've had a good week and good weekend and been out there enjoying the weather. It's been absolutely a scorcher here, it has, so hopefully you've been out there enjoying that weather, having your barbecues and really sort of getting down to it and enjoying this glorious weather that we've been having. So the hot one again today it is. So let's what you want to be doing as well, rather than sitting indoors and doing any of the artworks or anything like that, get yourself outside and doing some sketches outside. Go to a park or something like that, draw some nice buildings, trees, things like that. It's a great way to get yourself outside and doing some sketchings on the outside as well. Great way to get outside and enjoy this weather. So not without further ado, we're going to be drawing our beautiful sketch of an eye and eyebrows. Hopefully this is going to be the last video of this series, so I'm going to try and condense it all down into this one video. It might be a little bit more longer than our normal videos, but I want to get this one out of the way and move you guys on to something a little bit different. Maybe drawing a mouth next week, some lips, or maybe a nose and ear or something like that. Maybe getting into the fabric side of it as well, but we'll see that for next week. So what we all waiting for, folks? Let's roll the video. Now we're just going to move on to the bottom eyelashes, just using our, first of all we're just going to shade in the bottom ridge area. Now there is a darker area and there's also a lighter area, so we're just going to faintly fill in bottom of the eyelid and just smooth it with our brush. Now move on to the eyelashes, the bottom of the eyelashes. Just going to move some of those lines away. And we've got just a few sporadic ones. These ones are not so clumped up as the top eyelashes. So these ones are going to be a little bit more spaced out. So you've got a few ones coming there like that, a few crisscrossed ones. Few that are sort of coming over into a triangle point, coming round, a few longer ones, a few shorter ones. Try and follow it as much as possible, not exactly to actual detail of how it's looking, but just so that you have some reference of there being eyelashes there. I mean, try and follow it as much as you can, but not to be exact. You don't want it to look too exact, because you want it to be a little bit of your own sort of work as well. And if you notice, I didn't start from the exact base of the eye. It started from the edge of the eyelid. We're just moving a few in. Whenever drawing anything, try and draw from a reference picture. It just helps you out that little bit more. Now I'm just going to make it a little bit more darker under the eye. Then I'll use the dry brush to blend it in. And with our 4B pencil, just make those lashes a little bit more prominent and darker. Because like I was saying, the mechanical pencil we was using was a 2B. And the medium shade we did under the eye was also a 2B, so you didn't want the two to clash. That's why it's always good just to chop and change or use darker pencils. Don't stick to the one pencil or HB or anything like that. So you'll find it a little bit more difficult for your image to pop when just using the one pencil. Now we're going to use a 2B pencil as well, just to fill in top of the crease. And we'll start moving on to the eyebrows. We're just going to place my paper underneath so I don't smudge any of it. Get rid of those lines. Using the tip of the pencil again. Shade in for the skin texture, or for the skin itself where the shadow is forming, and then just as we come towards that bone part, or where the tip of the eyebrow is, we're just going to leave that lighter because that's where the light is forming, and it just slightly drifts off into a medium shade towards the end of the eye. And it's just slightly a little bit more darker on that crease part, which we'll probably just go over with our 4B pencil. Whenever you're drawing or anything like that and you feel like it's not looking like how it's supposed to look, don't give up on it. It's like I keep on saying, it's all about layering the picture up, adding more colour to it, adding more graphite to it, erasing bits, moving bits, making them darker, making them lighter, using all the tools that you have, blending stumps, your brushes, mono eraser, kneadable eraser as well, and just keep on working at it. There's been times when I've been in the middle of a drawing and I thought to myself, this ain't looking nothing like it's supposed to look. And like I say as well, I'm a self-taught artist. I've only been drawing since 2019, so I've only been like 3 years into it. I pretty much taught myself how to draw. I'm still not quite there yet with how I want it to be or how I want it to look, any of my drawings. I mean, they look fab and they look really, really good. But there's a point where I still want to be at with a lot of my work. A lot of the artists that I look at and sort of admire and everything, I want to get to their sort of standards. Charles Levesso, he's one of them. There's a guy called John O'Draw as well. He's another brilliant artist as well that I follow on Instagram and YouTube videos. Charles Levesso is probably the main one that I follow. I don't do much of his tutorials because I think he's Brazilian or Spanish, and I can't speak that, so I don't understand what he's saying. But I tend to follow a lot of his work anyway, and I tend to, visually you can see what he's doing. He's a great artist, he is. He's commented on quite a bit of my work as well, so it's really, really nice that. Now using our 4B pencil, we're just going to sort of darken just a tip, not too much. Just so we have that little bit of a separation from the crease towards the rest of the top of the skin area of top of the eye. And for this bit I am using the edge of the pencil. And we start to blend that in. Now with our kneadable eraser, I'm just going to sort of start erasing a few little bits where it's gotten a bit too, it's not too bad, I don't want it to be too dark, but the kneadable eraser really sort of picks up the graphite really well, and it doesn't sort of erase everything away completely, as you can see. Now we're going to the eyebrows. We're going to fill in the eyebrow completely with our 2B pencil, and then we'll start filling it in with our hairs with using the mechanical pencil. So using the tip of our 2B pencil, we're just going to fill in the whole of the eyebrow in with all the graphite. Any lighter bits we should use with our mono eraser. Not worry too much about it blending in too much with the colour of the skin area there, because obviously we're going to start adding hair to it, and the outline as well. We won't worry too much about the outline. Blending in our graphite with a dry pencil. Once that's all in, we're going to then grab our mechanical pencil and start adding in the hairs. You can see the direction that they're all forming in. All quick, swift lines towards the center, and then they start to peak down the do. So we'll start off here. A lot of this we'll go over with our darker pencil. I want to get the rough image of all the hairs. And then they start to fall down into this point here. They're a little bit more shorter as well. Sorry about that, the light started to make a bit of a noise there. Now we're coming more at an angle and towards the middle of the eyebrow, where it starts to meet with the rest of the hair. And then the longer hairs on the top of the eyebrow follow the rest, coming down into that point. A few little stray ones. This is what I was saying about the edge of the eyebrow. I wasn't too worried about it because we're going to be adding the root area of the eyelashes to it. Just slightly off. Start to blend a few of those in. Any lines you create, whether it's fabric, hair, anything like that, textures you're doing, I always tend to go back over with either a blending stump or my dry brush, because it gives it more of a softer edge and a softer line, rather than it being such a harsh pencil line that you've created. Plus fills in more of the gaps if you tend to miss any out. Now 4B pencil, you can see there's a few darker areas now, so we'll just do a few more darker areas. Quite a few darker hairs in there as well, so it's just good to put some of those in. Don't want to do your line, you don't do your hair lines too close to each other, otherwise it will just end up blending all in and you won't see any definition in the hair texture. But we're going to go over some of these as well, especially some of the eyebrow area with our mono eraser as well, just to add a few more highlights to it. Then we're going to add some more highlights now with our mono eraser, just a few little lines in there. Just where we saw that peak where the light is hitting it. Smoothing out those lines with our brush now. And with our blending stump. If you have any questions or anything like that, you want to ask me anything about this drawing or anything, you can pop your questions into the comments below. And I will answer them for you. Anything else you want to draw? So we're going to be doing a few more of these drawing tutorials. Noses, lips, we'll go on to skin texture, fabrics, that sort of thing as well. I'll still do the Zentangle pictures and things like that still, but I wanted to do something a little bit different this time. I said last week that we was going to do a few more how-to drawing tutorials. I've not done one of these in a while. It's good to just get back into it again. They do go on for a little bit longer. They are quite long videos. So you do need to have a bit of patience. I don't like to do too much of a speed drawing in any of these sort of works because I talk through it as well. I don't like them to, you know, sort of speed up the video or anything like that. I like you to see the whole sort of process from beginning to end. Whereas a lot of the work that I do, especially the other drawing tutorials that I do, we tend to speed them up. That's how it's looking at the moment. It's coming along really, really well. So we're just going to sort of darken a few areas now with our, not too many. I don't want to put too much emphasis onto it. Just so that we've got a few darker ones in there as well. I'll just blend that in with the dry brush. Erase. Let's get rid of some of the eraser marks. Just going to do some final little touch-ups now. Nothing too much. Blend some of this through. Just some final little touch-ups with our with our blending. Kneadable eraser. Making a few of those highlights in there. That's a good thing about the kneadable eraser is that you can pinch it into different shapes and really sort of pick up that graphite. We've got a few little highlights, bottom of the eye. More lighter areas on the iris. And then there's also a few little darker bits in there as well. Just making it a little bit more dark lid area. It's just a little bit more darker. So this is what I mean by, you know, just towards the end of it you can start retouching up bits till you're quite happy with how it's looking. But when it's time to stop, stop. It can drive you mad, it can, trying to fill in bits and pieces and things like that, it can. Trust me. I'm just adding a few little lines for where the skin texture is. Not too many, just to give that bit more of a... I'm just going to blend some of that a little bit more down. I'm not going to go too crazy with the texture of the skin, but just a few little highlights in there, just so you can see a few little creases, things like that, where the eye is, the eye area, just so it pops out a little bit more. And there we have it, folks. Your eye, using graphite pencil, and an eyebrow complete for you. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and subscribe for more art content. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a like, share it, replay it back, keep watching it. Get yourself, let me see your work as well. I want to see you guys work, see how you got on with drawing something like this. Let's see how you guys got on. You can sort of hit me up on my Instagram or my TikTok, especially on my TikTok. You can follow me on my TikTok, you can. I want to see how you guys got on with all your works. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you guys again. Peace out. And how was that video for you guys? Hope you enjoyed that video. Give us a like if you enjoyed it, and give us a comment on how you're getting on with drawing this eye in this series. And that's the end of the show, folks. Thank you all again for watching, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click that bell, and turn on notifications so you know when I upload a new video. My name is Romeo. This is Romeo Sketches, signing off. Peace out.